Hi, baby. Hi, bye. Jimmy, you want to come up? What's up, witches? Hello. Bashtet says hi. And so does Pie. So does my baby boy. Mm. Do you say hi, Pie? Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Okay, you want to go back here? Get your butt up there. Come on, get your butt up. Get your butt up there, baby. Oof. There you go. Come on. Off my hair. Yeah, that worked out well. That was smooth. Hi, Racket. What are you doing? How you doing tonight? Which is, who's with me? Yay. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. So good to see you. Hi, Stephanie. Yay. Hi. Come on, show up. Say hi. Up. 2 highs and 2 likes. I'm good with that. I'm having my iced coffee with heavy whipping cream because after I had some dinner, I was like, so now I'm perky. Oh, what's been going on, guys? I hope you're enjoying the kind of weather we've been enjoying. It was in the low 80s today. It's going up into the mid to higher 80s in the next couple of days, but then, you know, down into the 60s at night. And I mean, we're closing in on Memorial Day, which is the official kickoff of, what do we want to say, Pop Summer? Sorry about that. I had not muted my channel. I hope that wasn't a whole big cluster yoo-hoo. Let me turn this down. All right, now I'm thinking. Oi. Are the waves too loud? Check, check. Can you hear what I'm saying? I always have to remember because I have my browser open, so I'm kind of aware of the buffering delay, and I have to hit mute on that because I'm also picking up my desktop audio, and so you probably had a pretty confusing thing going on there for a little bit, but we should be good now, except that I only know 2 of you that are here. Check in and say howdy. Tonight, we are, grabbed a couple of decks for us here. Shapeshifters, Oracle of the Shapeshifters. I hadn't picked up a Lucy Cavendish deck for a while, and I realized it was just because of where I had them stacked. They weren't in front of my face. And I love her deck so much. And the Shapeshifters is one that I got used from a used book site. And it's got the juju. It's got the gift deck juju. So hi, Amy. Hi, Marcy. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Welcome, my friends. And then we also have the Pagan Ways Tarot. Was it just last week I used Sacred Circle? This is the, like, companion deck to that. This is a new edition. It's not a new edition of the same deck. It's a new deck, Sacred Circle deck, and then the Pagan Ways Tarot, but there's, like, some of the same people because it's Photoshop. Anyway, when I was asking, today I did not have decks, like, jumping into my head of pick me. And so I was thinking, okay, which one do I want to do? You're so welcome, Amy. You are so welcome, honey. They help me too. But it's really, really good to hear that. I'm glad to know that, you know, I'm not whistling in the wind. But I took this deck out, and I always ask, tell me about readings tonight. You know, tell me what you think about readings tonight, and they'll let me know if they really want to be part. And this one, what flew out is Fiona and the Unicorn, the Gift of Sacred Sight. And it's like, okay, that's enough for me on a night of live stream readings. And then this one I got several that I wasn't too happy with, but I thought we're going with it anyway because it just feels like a good companion deck to this one. I don't know. So let's get started. I do not have a candle here because I've discovered that these little lights are freaking hot. You know how I get so warm whenever I get on live streams? Part of that is because I've got a charcoal, or a little bit of a charcoal, a candle, and then these lights are hot. All right. Okay, here's a smoke cleanse for me and for you, and for Pee-Pie, who's still hanging out back here. Thank you, baby. I'm so glad. He's been an interesting boy lately. He's got a couple new behaviors. First of all, I just love that he, when I pick him up, sometimes he'll just go long. He just hangs there. I can just drape him over my shoulder and hold him and hold him and hug him, and he just hangs there. It's awesome. And then there was a spot on the bed today. I don't know what it was. It smelled kind of perfumey, clovey, so who knows? And he was digging, and rolling on it. And then when I went over and was petting him, he was purring. He grabbed my arm and just bit the shit out of me. So he's having an interesting teenhood, aren't you, Pup? Oh, he's giving me stank eye. Oh, Pie. I'm sorry, honey. I'm not talking smack about you, baby. I'm just saying what a fun teenager you are. Yes, I am. You're a fun teenager. Okay, so let's get this rig rolling, as they say. I don't know if any of you watch Letterkenny. We are just diehard Letterkenny fans. Hulu, it's a Canadian show. It's very violent, but good-naturedly so. It's a very positive show, but boy, do they take each other. There's a lot of chirping going on, as they say. Hilarious anyway. It's the riff rock of comedy, and we've been watching again lately, so Letterkennyisms are coming out of my mouth. So, as they say, let's get this rig rolling. Here we go. Oh, we did the smoke cleanse. Now let's have a little. I'm trying not to splash it on my screens. My son came in the other day and said, "Wow, your screens need cleaned." They were just like polka dotted. And it's because of me doing the salt water. So they're clean now. That's exciting. All right. So let's drop down into your body. Feel your skin. And I know I don't have to invite you because you're here with me all the time, but I welcome my ancestors and allies, my guides and guardians, whoever is here to whisper in my ear tonight. I welcome you here. Please help me to hear clearly and relay accurately. So mote it be. I don't have a lot of words tonight. I will tell you that I had a peak day of my life yesterday. I'm not going to tell you about it just now, but it was a peak moment, an absolutely peak moment, and I feel like excited and settled at the same time, and so I don't have a lot of excess words today, and that's maybe a good thing, maybe not for live stream readings. We'll see. Hi, Becca. Hello, darling. Visiting with fully vaxxed friends. Fuck yes! Right on, honey. Thank you so much for popping in to say hi. Good. You'll see us later. We'll see you later, sweetie. Uh-oh. I'm not ready for metal screams. Oh, and we also welcome back the hum of the air conditioner. It is summer again. Summer means humming. It also means that I'm nice and cool. So let's throw some fire of Azrael on it. What you doing, Pee-Pie? What you doing, baby? You going away? Okay, bye. That and the smell of frying onions from downstairs. I may have to close that door. In fact, I'm going to, because woof. They usually smell good, but I'm not hungry and I'm in incense mood, so. Right back. He'll let me know if he wants out. All right. So I think I'll start with the general, and I was thinking about the the dice. I haven't used these in a while, and I'm just going to throw these once and ask for kind of a theme, an overall theme for us, an overall message for us as a group. Throw your intentions in there with mine. All right, Venus. So love, pleasure, affection, in Capricorn in the 5th. Venus in Capricorn talks about structured pleasure, or pleasure with limitations, responsible indulgence in pleasures. And 5th house is play. So here's what I'm getting. We are loosening things up. I have also spent some time with fully vaxxed people on Mother's Day and yesterday, and there's going to be more this weekend. And it's amazing. But if you watch, I just put up the Mercury retro chart for the retrograde that starts on May 31st. And in several days, I will be putting up the full moon eclipse chart read. And there's a similar theme there, that we are so starved for social interaction. We are so starved for literal face-to-face interaction when we can see each other and feel each other's vibes and not be looking at a screen. And, you know, we're just starved for it. And this can set us up to go overboard, because we cannot delude ourselves that the pandemic is over, that the virus is gone, because it way is not. They're talking now about the Indian variant becoming the dominant worldwide variant. As long as there are variants coming out, we're in it still. However, you know, cases are dropping in the US, and we have an effective vaccine. So we carry on with life. But Capricorn here says you've got to be responsible about it, and be responsible not only to yourself, but to everyone else, as the collective, you know, as a group of people, as an interdependent species. You know, the highest level is interdependence, not independence. And so we need to be responsible. We need to keep our boundaries firm. So I will still be wearing a mask when I go inside a shop. You know, if I go inside a store, hell yes, I enjoyed not having a cold or the flu. So we're going to keep doing that. And an example, I have a friend who has an autoimmune illness, and they got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and, you know, more than a month ago, I believe, but was just tested for antibodies, and they have none. So that vaccine did not work on their compromised immune system, which means that there are vulnerable people, and it's our responsibility to care for them and to, you know, keep our behaviors in line with the greater good. So that's what this is saying. And 5th house, of course, is play and recreation. So it's saying, sure, Venus in the 5th is go out, have a great time, play, enjoy summer, eat with people, you know, get together with people that you know that are fully vaxxed. But Capricorn, right smack in the middle, says we gotta be responsible with it. So, hey, there's the group message. Booyah. Now, let's see. While we're hanging out and I'm shuffling and doing stuff like that, hit that like button if you haven't. All right. And of course, we are starting with our Tauruses. And hold on a second. I need to see, because I realize I have not been paying attention to this. Okay. Yes, tomorrow is when the sun enters Gemini at 3:37 p.m. in the Eastern Time Zone, 12:37 p.m. on the West Coast. So tomorrow is where we hit Gemini. But we're still in Taurus, so we start off with our Taurians. Okay. Right here. Okay. Funny. So funny. Oh no, this isn't the one. This is different. Okay, that's okay. Not as funny. but good. So we have Quetzalcoatl and the Priestess of Time. And then with Pagan Ways, what is our message for Tauruses tonight? What's the message for Taurus? Whoops, there we go. Lunasa, how interesting. So Lunasa is the next fire festival coming up. So, you know, we're talking about, we're still in Beltane's month, but we're coming up to, so between now and August, let's look at, it's summer, you know, this is summertime. So what are we talking about here? The time has come, the time to act is now, and this is Lunasa. Lunasa is the first of the harvest festivals. And hold on, I'm going to sneeze. Open windows and the cherry trees blooming. All right, hold on. Rose, hello, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. All right. So Lunasa is the first of 3 harvest festivals. Lunasa, I get them, Mabon, and Samhain. Litha is June. I get the two mixed up sometimes. So Lunasa is the first. It's when the grain is harvest. The another familiar name for it is Lammas, which comes from like the loaves in the Norse, more Norse traditions, because that's when the grains came in, and so they started baking the bread and storing grain and like that there. This is Princess of Cups with Lunasa, and this is the time to act is now. So what I'm looking here is kind of brackets for you, Taurus, to start something now that will be ready for harvest at Lunasa. That, and this can be quite literally something you're growing in your garden that will take, what, 30, oh gosh, let's see, 30, 60, okay, just, you know, 70 days or so growing period, get it in the ground now. But also just think about towards the end of the summer, what do you want to have accomplished? Because the pull is going to be to get out there and just party our asses off, you know. Also, no, you don't have to have like a goal, you know, but think about where you would like to be by the end of the summer, you know, in your personal space. If you're trying to create changes in that way, think in this time frame of now to Lunasa. But what it's saying here is that the time to start is like now. I'm going to look her up. All right. Will you shift? Oh, I'm gonna read the Quetzalcoatl and the Princess of Time speak. I feel like there's more direct message than the divination message. It is the right time in this moment, now. There has been so much poring over of star maps, hunting for the correct auspicious moment, contemplating the right time, staring into the heavens and asking for sacred dates. But what we wish to say to you now is that you must act. The right time will unfold as it is meant to. For too long you have used this idea of right time as a tactic to delay and procrastinate because you're afraid of what the change will bring. The change will alter everything. Your ideas will fall away one by one and shift, change, and rearrange. Everything will transform and nothing is certain because we are in the time of prophecy. Stop waiting for the right time because it is now that this action must take place. Think about it. When else can an action take place? You can't actually do an action in the future. The only time you can is now. So, get moving, Taurus. Time to get, you know, you think about the Knight of Pentacles, the knight that stands still. And that's really, you know, Taurus, they're very slow. And that's a wonderful thing. And sometimes you got to get on the stick. So that's what these are saying for you tonight. Okay. Thank you for your likes. And I want to say here too, I'm going to say it on, you know, the next couple of live streams. Laura, and I don't have the account up now, so I can't see the last name. But a wonderful viewer named Laura tipped me so generously last Saturday after the Dispelling Dark Clouds ritual. And I don't know whether she, you know, it was on the basis of that or something else she watched, but I just want to say, if you're watching now, thank you so much. You have no idea how much it means to me in many ways. All right. I need to switch them. It's weird. I always have the tarot on the left. And then part of me wants to switch them back just so I don't become obsessive. All right. This is for Gemini. All right, we're going to split here. Union. What a great card for Gemini, huh? All right, I already shuffled. All right, I see you peeking out. Mermaid in a koi pond. Okay, this is fascinating because we have Two of Cups here, which is union, and then we have Mermaid in a koi pond that says rediscover your individuality and become the dragon. So what I'm seeing here, Gemini, is the ability to be both in partnership and your own individual self. I've talked about this so many times where if you have been in a choir, you learn how to sing your part confidently and really be, focused on that, but then you can open up your hearing and feel the blend, hear the blend of the whole thing. That's what they're talking about here, is really being able to express yourself individually and become the dragon, says, in an aggressive way, in an unequivocal way, in a fiery way, in a I don't know, a splashy way. I guess we're talking about a mermaid in a koi pond. We're not talking about fire. We're talking about a water dragon here. So just really to make a splash. And the water element there also says your individuality as far as your feelings go within a union. So we're talking about union here. And I want to bring up the idea of the melding or the dovetailing, because relationship isn't a half a person and a half a person and together they make one whole person. It is hopefully one whole person or one person on their healing journey and another person on their healing journey, both of them invested in their own healing journey and doing their own work. And then they come together and a third thing is created, and that third thing is union. So the union itself has a life of its own. It's like something is born from the two of your energies interacting, and that thing has to be tended and cared for. But there still must be room within that union for each person's individuality and for each person to grow and change as well. So when you have, you express your individuality in this fiery way within a union, it can be threatening to the other partner if they are not secure in themselves. And if they, if communication isn't where it needs to be. So yeah, so this is that, wow, talk about duality for you here, Gemini, the duality of union and individuality, and how both of those things work together and are not contradictory is what you're focusing on this week. So looking at your own relationships, maybe thinking about future relationships and what you'd like them to be like. These are concepts that are, I think, absolutely necessary for healthy relationships. Woo, here we go. Cancers flying out the deck already, and we get the sun. The moon sign comes out with the sun. Didn't that happen like recently? Hello and welcome to whoever has come rolling in here. Say hi. All right. So Cancer, we have the sun and we have a beautiful little worm. The sun is empowerment, and beautiful little worm says take care of yourself. Look how moony this card looks. So the sun says, Cancer, that it's time to go external, okay? our Cancerians are very much internal a lot of the time. And one of the reasons that that the crab is the symbol for Cancer, and you know the glyph that's got the claws kind of going like this, um, that indicates how Cancers are prone to kind of retreating into their shell. They are so sensitive that sometimes they have to put that hard outer shell to keep themselves feeling protected. And so they get accused of being moody and maybe even kind of standoffish or prickly, prickly, crabby, all of those things. So here, Cancer, it's time to kind of shed that shell and come out into the sunlight. Let your light shine, be more external. It's safe to come out, as long as you're being safe. And this says it's the way you take care of yourself now. We've got, that's the Wheel of Fortune. There's the upside and there's the downside. And when we're on the upswing, which is what we're doing now, the light is waxing in the northern hemisphere and we're on the upswing. Time to go outside and be external. And then the downside is when we retreat into winter. But the sun is also about expressing yourself, your will, and beside take care of yourself, it says that you, in order to take care of yourself, you have something to express to someone. First of all, you go out and do some play. The sun is absolutely play and recreation. So coming back to like our main message here, let me put this over here so maybe you can see it. I'm not sure you can, but you can. Ooh, I can't. Okay. So self-care for you this week, Cancer, is really about just getting out into the sunshine. Maybe even get your vitamin D levels checked. We were so internal over the last sunny season that I know there's probably going to be an epidemic of low vitamin D. At any rate, time to shine, Cancer. That's how you take care of yourself, is by letting people see you and coming out into the open. Coming out into the light of day, as my friend Samantha always says, bring it out into the light of day. So something there too, Cancer, could be just talking about bringing something out into the open. All right. Truce, Four of Swords. This is for Leo. And that flipped out upside down. I'll look at it both ways and we'll see where we go. All right, this was the first split. We have, wait a minute. Oh, goodness. Four of Swords, Truce, and then we have butterflies in gloom. After sadness, happiness and hope return. Well, as a Leo, this is ringing my bell pretty hard. I can tell you that. Truce just talks about something coming to peace, laying down of arms, laying down your swords, laying down your weapons, moving into a place where we're saying, we're not opposed to each other anymore. Making an effort to put yourselves on the same side. One of the things that it's kind of one of the tactics, I guess, of negotiations, or customer service is the experience that I'm speaking from here, is when somebody calls that's very contentious, rather than opposing them, and bringing up defenses, so it's you against me, the best thing you can do if you're there to serve your customers, you get on their side. I am so sorry. I would be so frustrated too. Let's see how we can work this out. Instead of, well, our products don't do that. You have to get here. Come on. We are on the same side. Let's work this out. So for you, Leo, this week, it's how to look at where we are really on the same side of an issue. And then after sadness, happiness and hope return. So, yeah, it's been a tough season for this Leo. I can tell you that much. The dark season was brutally hard, and it really is feeling like happiness and hope are returning. And I got to tell you, true, Saturday's virtual ritual was, it did it for me. Usually I have to kind of hold myself back and read the room and, keep an eye on the vibe and stuff. But I was very surprised by how much, can you tell we're in the shadow of a Mercury retro? I still can't talk. I couldn't talk last week. I can't talk this week. All right. So, but I was surprised by how much it shifted in me and how much really, ick was in there that got cleared out. So I hope it did the same for you. If you need that, if you feel like you're under heaviness, go back to last Saturday's virtual ritual. Is that too much of a mouthful, you guys? Should I go back to prayer circle? Prayers, I think the word prayer sometimes turns off pagans. And it really is a ritual. I mean, we do the prayer, but I don't know. Help me out here. Does it even matter? So go to that, do it, and I think you will see that it helps you out. I think you'll see that it shifts something in you. Okay, check in some messages here. Okay, Marcy talking about Cancer, totally true. The Cancer are inside people. Yep, going outside's very difficult. My help is a Leo ascendant, perfect. Gives me some external breath. I take sun baths every day for vitamin D, absolutely. 15 minutes, all it takes is 15 minutes. Out with the light hitting, unadulterated, hitting your retinas and on your skin. So that's all it takes. All right. So yeah, Leo, things are looking up for you. It's time to make peace with yourself. I mean, if there's not someone that you're having a beef with, this is just saying it is time maybe to make peace with life and to say, my healing journey isn't a battle against my trauma. It is embracing that trauma so that it can heal. And as you embrace it, like we did in the prayer ritual, as you embrace it and accept it, it shifts and expands, and then hope and happiness return. So good week for you, Leo. You can expect some things to calm down, to resolve, and to start feeling good about life again. Whoa! I am whipping through these tonight, you guys. And here comes Virgo with the High Priestess flying out the deck. Virgo. I put fanning powder on these cards today and it's amazing. Ooh, we got Mermaid in a Koi Pond again. Okay. The High Priestess and rediscover your individuality, become the dragon. All right, for you, Virgo, it's about the spiritual part of yourself and the skeptic part of yourself as well. It can, having a Mercury in Virgo, having a Virgo type brain, I can be my own worst enemy when it comes to doing readings and stuff, because I am very skeptical and I do question things. I want to know how it works. It needs to prove itself to me. And so sometimes I can get in my own way. I can get in the way of the magic, because magic does require faith, It requires at least temporary faith, temporary belief. So, now I got something in my eye. Awesome. Hang out. Right. So the High Priestess also talks about secrets, psychic ability, spiritual practice where you are accessing your own wisdom inside. So Virgo, this week is time for you to really go into your meditation regimen, to get something in place where you can go in and really explore the inner worlds and see what's waiting for you in there, because there's something, this Become the Dragon says there's something that's ready to wake up for you, whether that is another level of your psychic gifts, whether that is like a validation of something that you kind of have a hunch about. A lot of times, I was talking with someone yesterday about mystery being things that can be learned but can't be taught. And the High Priestess represents those things because she carries all this inside of her. And all she has to do is go inside to find those things. So what you might be looking for, Virgo, is just your own realizations, your own wisdom. And what I found when I've been through these mystery initiations where there's an experience and it's like, holy shit, somebody else called it the lessons that you become. That's a really good one. They change you. But I've always found when I go through something like that and I have a realization of, oh my God, this is how that works, you know? And then very soon I will have it validated from an external source. I'll be reading a book or listening to something and that same information will come out, but it came to me, you know, directly in kind of a download. So Virgo, time to create the time and space to access those deep parts of yourself with a view to something new coming out, a new facet of your talents, of your own wisdom, okay? Something that needs to come to realization this week. Not realization as in manifestation, but realization of, oh, I acknowledge that now. We Virgos trust nothing. I know. Well, it's like, you know, show me. It's about process, and it's about, it's like with the signs that are ruled by Mercury. Gemini is about raw data. It's about the collection of data, taking in information, and then moving information from one place to the next. So you get the networkers. Okay, I've got this information about this person that does this, and I meet this person and they're talking about it, and I say, hey, you should know this person. They do the same thing. And so you connect people, bring the two together, right? Virgo is the processing of that information. Okay, so what does this information mean? It's the analysis. Let's analyze it and look for patterns. Virgo's all about patterns. Look for the patterns, and you start pulling meaning out of that data. And then when we get to Sagittarius, which is not ruled by Mercury, but it's the opposite sign of Gemini, and it's like the higher octave of Mercury. The opposing houses, Mercury rules, or Gemini down here rules elementary education, ninth house is higher education. So when you get to Jupiter's house and Sagittarius, we are talking about higher education, where we come into understanding of what we pulled out of that data, what we processed out of the data, and then philosophies and theories that are built around that, belief systems and, you know, understanding educational system, stuff like that that's built around that. So anyway, mini astrology lecture. Okay. Yeah, you need to get on meditation there, Lisa. I would absolutely agree with you. It changes things. And I will tell you that I started my full puja daily again yesterday. I hadn't done it fully every day since the end of November. I hadn't done it fully at all since the end of November because I just didn't have it in me. But, you know, again, I've really, through the pandemic year, have really recognized how profoundly the light cycles impact my psyche and my physical health, you know, with seasonal affective disorder. So I'm on the upswing now, you know, and we can all be on the upswing, but jumping into meditation, and those Kelly Howell recordings are great because you don't have to try. You don't have to try to get to trance state. You don't have to practice and practice, and then one day it's like, oh, I finally achieved trance state. You don't have to do that anymore. So, all right, Libra. Oh, that one wants to come off the top, I do see. Oh boy. Three of Swords, sorrow. All right. That was the first split. We will take you. And we have Quetzalcoatl and the Priestess of Time again. Ooh, wow. All right, I'm going to take some clarifiers on this one. Sorrow, Three of Swords, and the time has come. The time to act is now. Let's go another from this deck. Here it comes. It came out and reversed itself. We're going to leave it like that. Elder. All right. Well, maybe we won't leave it like that because I want to look at it. So this is the Hierophant. It's the card of the Elder. Okay, hold on. I wonder Part of this might be some sorrow that's lingering, maybe from the loss of an elder, maybe looking back like into ancestral things. I think I need another one from Tarot. Elder sorrow. The time is now. And then we have, yeah, that's it. We have nostalgia. That answered that question. So this is talking about some lingering sorrow for someone that is no longer in your life. Either they've passed on, you know, into spirit, or just passed on into another place, or out of relationship with you. So Libra, this would be a serious wound for a Libra. You know, to have a relationship fall apart is profound loss for the sign of Libra. So this week, it's time to acknowledge, who is it that has passed? Who is it we're feeling nostalgic for? And the time is now kind of pulls us back into the present. So what I want you to do, Libra, is think about what your relationship with this person was, why you are feeling this sense of missing them now. I mean, it could be pretty easy, like because we've been isolated and haven't been able to see each other. That's pretty apparent. But there might be some deeper things, that there's something going on in your life right now that is bringing up these memories. There's a pattern being repeated, and the memories, the sorrow, the missing them is going to take you back to, you know, it's going to take you to a pattern. So the pattern was something with this person, a lesson learned then maybe, or at least a lesson presented, and it's saying that the lesson is active now. That's why we're being pulled back to reminisce about this relationship. Okay? So think back. I mean, Six of Cups is like childhood memories. You see the little girls dancing back there. Think back to your earlier life. What sorrow are you still carrying about someone that you lost? Maybe someone that you never had, someone you didn't know, and you know, are missing because of that, like a grandparent that you didn't know, or but it's saying now it's time to be present, to bring this nostalgia, these memories, this relationship pattern, this wisdom from, you know, the lesson from this, bring it into the present and see how it applies to what you're going through right now. Okay, that's what I got there for you, Libra. Go on. All right. Thanks for keeping the likes coming, you guys. This makes me feel liked. All right. Nobody's flying out for our Scorpios. So let's see. Right in here, we have cultivation, Seven of Pentacles. All right. Shapeshifters, what's your message for our Scorpios? Oh, I think that's it. Knock, knock. We'll get the hair out of the way. So we have cultivation, and then we have the unending sadness of looking back. Wow, can you imagine if that came out for the one before? Endless regret, obsessive grief, replaying the past, negative nostalgia. Wow, Scorpio. I mean, that's a very Scorpionic card. And another one just came sailing off, and it was Mermaid in a Koi Pond again. So we're just going to put that back. I don't think it relates. Okay. Obsessive, you know, the words like regret and obsessive and, you know, replaying the past endlessly is very Plutonian in nature. Scorpios have a hard time, particularly Scorpio moons. It's the most difficult position of the moon. It is said to be in its fall in the sign of Scorpio. And that is because it's so intense. The moon ruled by Pluto feels things in no uncertain terms, and those uncertain terms are black or white. This was either a good thing or it was a bad thing, and it takes a lot of working for a Scorpio to get into the gray areas of both and the nuances of things. They like things to be split down the middle and very clearly one or the other. Then Scorpio moon, remember Scorpio is the ice form of water. So moon in Scorpio makes it so feelings don't move. They're intense, they're massive, and they're frozen. So we have to melt and move them through. So Scorpio this week, and again, you know, this could be because we really are coming out of lockdowns and able to interact again. And as I have been saying, like through the whole winter, we need to be aware of grief processes that we're going through, of things that we missed. For instance, if a kid, you know, had graduation last year, and so their graduation was, you know, canceled, or no prom, no, you know, things that were missed that you're thinking, oh, that's not really significant, but it might have an impact. And as we come around to that time of year again, you know, you can kind of catch vibes of what was going on at the same time last year. So just keep an eye on your grief. Cultivation there. Okay, hold on. I'm going to take another one. All right, what do we got? We got the Fool. All right. Okay. Scorpio, it's talking about choosing the emotional energy that you generate. Okay? Fool and cultivation next to each other here says that we can be doing ourselves, we can be literally doing a foolish thing by cultivating unending sadness and by looking back instead of looking forward. That's a powerful message for you, Scorpio. Because Scorpio is Pluto's the transformer. Scorpios can, you know, transform themselves from the ground up. So they are very good also at working themselves into a feeling, you know, replaying old stories, negative nostalgia, replaying those old memories, and then the vengefulness comes up and the regret comes up, and it's just like, you know, and it eats you alive inside, and only you. So don't do that anymore. So it's saying beware of that this week, Scorpio. Look at what you are cultivating and cultivate hopefulness. The Fool is also new beginnings, all potential hopefulness. So don't be a fool and cultivate the negative. Go back and make sure you are cultivating good, hopeful energies of newness and beginning. By all means, if you have past grief that isn't processed yet, do it. Get to work. Get it processed. But then it's time to go to the Fool in the aspect of, and now it's a new start. Now I can be done with that, and it's a new start. So, there we go, Scorpio. Sagittarius. Hey, you guys, while we're going through the rest of the signs here, if you have a question, like a general question or question about, you know, politics or things that are going on right now that are current, drop them in the chat, and I will take a look at them. Okay, Sag, we've got two for you. You know, why not? The Lord and the High Priestess. Oh, my. I sounded like George Takei. Oh, we got a couple more on board. If you've just come rolling in, say hi, please. We like to greet our friends. All right. All right. It is time to become a great leader. Woof. Okay. Sagittarius. The High Priestess and the Lord. So this is the Emperor. This is the masculine principle. This is the force. Okay, this is the vegetation springing out of the ground. The green man outside my window. And in partnership with the High Priestess, he's the external. He is, you know, the sun, the daylight, the plants growing, the leaves sprouting. She is the moon, the internal. So you've got both ends here. And, you know, what we're looking at is just a really complete package here. And this says it's time to become a great leader. Okay, hold on a second. All right. All right, so Sagittarius, this week, it is time to validate yourself in the skills that you have, the leadership ability. The Emperor, the Lord, certainly talks about leadership ability. Absolutely. And then the High Priestess just says that the skills that you have are based on a foundation of wisdom. And so now it's the time to use these things. And look at, I love this card. It's Queen Elizabeth. It's Queen Elizabeth I with a lion. So time to just look at, here are the skills I have. It's time to stand up for yourself, Sag. You don't have a problem with that, you know? You really don't. But it's more like a, you know, and then you kind of go on to something else. But this is saying it's time to look at your power in terms of making decisions. The Lord, the Emperor, always talks about decision making. Here's where the buck stops. It's my responsibility. I take it on, you know? And then the High Priestess says, because I know, because I have wisdom, I have experience, and my decisions are based in that. This also talks about giving yourself some time this week to be quiet, to settle into that wisdom so you can listen to it and be informed by it in this big decision. So it looks like there might be big decision stuff coming up this week. And it's time to just take the lead in that. If there's something that you've been thinking of that's, you know, like a bigger project that you're thinking, should I dive into this and take the lead on it, then I think this is saying yes. Hey. Okay. Oh, here comes Capricorn. And, ooh, we've got 3 for Capricorn. You know what? Let's just put them out and see what we get here. Oh, the universe, union, and ruin. Yikes, Capricorn. Okay, it's going to take me a while to unpack. That one wants to come. Little wolf girl. All right. We've got the universe here. So this is the equivalent of the world card. And then we have union and ruin. And I'm, you know, looking at this and going, okay, is this the, you know, the breakdown of a union? But then little wolf girl here says it's all right to be alone. So whatever you've been doing here, that's in partnership, or you know, something, maybe a collaboration or something where you've been waiting for somebody else to do their part, somebody else to take up the slack, somebody that's said, you know, I'll do this for you, and you're just kind of waiting for them to deliver. The 10 of Swords next to it says that that's not coming through. And now I'm looking at these two. The universe, you know, the Fool is all potential. The universe says it's all manifest, it's all realized. So this is talking about your achievements, Capricorn, and saying that you really do need to acknowledge what you have achieved, that this week it might be time to let go of, all right, let's see. Something that you've been in relationship with. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. Okay? The Union card next to Ruin. It's funny because I'm getting a Lenormand kind of feel of these two together, talking about, you know, a union that does not turn out well, a collaboration that did not turn out well. But the thing is, so, you know, this pattern might come up as far as looking back and saying, you know, there might be more wisdom to come out of a past relationship that crashed and burned. But these two on either side are saying you've got the universe within you. You have serious achievement under your belt. You know who you are. And it's okay to be alone with that. It's okay to let go and be alone with that. So I think, for the more general reading, these two, saying Capricorn, don't sell yourself short, and you don't really need other people there cheering you on. Capricorn goes it alone quite well, thank you. So really acknowledge your achievements. Know that you can go it alone with no problem, but for some of you, there might be this, focus on the union that came to ruin, and so that's why I have to acknowledge that it's okay for me to be alone, that I can succeed on my own. Oh, good, Rose. Yay, I am so glad. I'm so glad that rang your bell. See, I need to have like, hold on. I need to have like my designated signs, like, my designated Aries, my designated Leo, to tell me, that's really hitting for me, So thank you, Rose, for that validation. I'm very glad to know. Okay, whoops, these two need to go this way. Here comes the High Priestess again with the Ace of Pentacles, manifestation. Ooh, Aquarius. All right. As I'm shuffling, I can watch myself laying out the first cards. All right. Manifestation is what the Ace of Pentacles says, but what's interesting, I don't really see the aces, the ace as completion. So certainly the ace of the earth sign here, Pentacles, can talk about something being manifest. But to me, it's like the beginning, that beginning point, a new beginning of something practical, beginning to manifest something. But manifestation next to the High Priestess says it's time to start bringing this wisdom and putting it into some material form, Aquarius. You've got great ideas, but they got to take form, or nobody else can benefit from them. And, maybe you can benefit from them, but there's something more. When Pentacles show up, there's always money to be made. There's some physical reward to be made. So it's saying, get started this week and looking at these ideas in the unconscious, these creative ideas, this, kind of wisdom. I know this, I need to express it, and look at what physical form you need to get it into in order to get it in front of people and get it like out further into manifestation. The fairy ring says new skills, advanced training, rapid improvements. What a great card for Aquarius, right? So this is a great set. High Priestess in the middle says tap in, do some ritual, do some automatic writing. What is it that, how do I bring this into form? Just do some like brainstorming on paper and then see what form you can bring it into. So this can also be the beginning of product development. If you do have, an actual product that you're working on, where you start just looking at all the materials that you need and deciding if you have the wherewithal and costing things out and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. And what you get from this when you start to bring these deeper ideas, these nebulous ideas into concrete form, into physical manifestation, in the process of that you're going to start this week, new skills come in. But then there's advanced training. So this could be stuff that you already know at an advanced level that will take you forward very quickly, but there's also new skills to be had. So, yay. High Priestess has definitely been our theme card tonight, right? That and the mermaid in a koi pond. Okay. Capricorn. Capricorn. I'll do it with the Japanese accent. Capricorn, what the hell am I talking about? You guys! And just while I'm at it, fuck you, Mercury. We are on Pisces, Aquarius, Pisces. Okay, let me do that again. Pisces. Here we go. Come on, Pisces. Yep, there we go. We have the Lady, the Empress card for Pisces. Telling me to. Okay. And I know why. This one was talking to me earlier. All right. We have the Lady here, and then we have the Beauty and the Beast. You need some space in a relationship. And then here, the Serpentine Path to Power. Serpentine Path to Power. So the Lady is the Empress card, and the Emperor is about the active principle, the force, making a decision, go, active, this is what's happening, you know. The Lady is about being receptive and letting something come through, you know, letting something come through you, bringing it to birth, putting form around it. I just started reading one of my old books on Kabbalah that I never really, you know, read all the way through, or it's been decades. And looking at the two pillars, you know, the three pillars, but the force and the form. The masculine is the force, the feminine is the form. So this says it's time for things to take shape, and and also to just look this week at the manifest reality. Look at the results you have. Look at what's going on in your life, and anything that you're not happy with, that needs changing, that you're really, you know, grappling with. Look at, how did I get here? How did it start? How did I manage to manifest this? And that can lead you to the information of what needs to be cleared out in order to change things. Beauty and the Beast says you need some space in a relationship. Well, Pisces, unfortunately, is space in a relationship. And Pisces is notorious for just getting completely absorbed into a relationship and really dissolving, you know, into it. So this is a bell ringer for you, Pisces, that it's time to look at where you've lost yourself. And the signposts that will take you to where you've lost yourself is to look at where you're feeling resentful. Because when you're carrying resentment, it says that I've forgotten to say no somewhere. I have forgotten to set a boundary. Or, you know, I trusted someone and now I need to set a boundary explicitly. So you need some space in a relationship. And then Snake Princess is the Serpentine Path to Power. Here's what that's about. This is raising the Kundalini here. This is getting your own energy system really beefed up, Pisces, like we do during prayer circle. You know, when we're working from the black up through, you know, the red up through the chakras, each time everything is just magnifying, and you're raising that energy and you're raising the vibration. And that's what you need to do this week, Pisces. You need to work on that Kundalini energy, get it up past those lower chakras into the upper ones. And conversely, if you're a space cadet, maybe you need to pull down and get the energy down to the lower chakras. Maybe you're just operating up here, you know, where it's airy-fairy and fun. So Pisces, whichever way you need to go, whether you need to come down and ground, or whether you need to pull up and raise your vibration so that your energy field is stronger within a relationship and you can, you know, keep your boundaries, this is the week to do it. This is absolutely the week to do it. The Lady says you can manifest things like that this week. Okay? I like that the messages have all been very different this week. Sometimes there's just, you know, they're just hammering on a theme and it gets a little redundant, but they've all been very unique this week. Very unique. I hate that. They've all been unique this week. Because unique is an absolute. Unique means there's only one, so you can't be very only one. You're either unique or you're not. So it drives me crazy when people give a qualifier to an absolute like that. I'm so fussy. All right. Where we at? We're at Aries. We're at the last one. I can't believe we're at the last one. If you guys have any questions, now's the time to drop them, because I will be going from this either to answer those questions or to wrap it up. We'll see. Queen of Cups, Herfest. Funny, all of the cards that popped out earlier for me with this deck came up. This is the last one. Herfest, Herfest, instead of harvest. And I love the idea of fest, of a celebration of the goddess, of an emotional, joyful release and celebration of goddess energies. Okay. We've got strange companions in stranger places. Ooh. Challenges, use your imagination. All right, well, Queen of Cups is one of the cards that is an indicator to me of psychic ability. We've got Queen of Cups, we've got the Hermit, we've got the Page of Cups, we've got the High Priestess. All of those cards talk about psychic ability. So, and the Moon as well. So this is talking about using your imagination to confront a challenge this week, and going in and using your, kind of like, let's pretend I'm an all-powerful witch. What would she do in this situation? And let your imagination run like that, because out of those crazy fantasies, you maybe can pull some practical threads. I want to do another, here it is, and we've got another queen. Looky there. The Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, Midsummer, Herfest. Okay, we got fire and water here. Look at them facing each other. This is women together, celebrating midsummer, celebrating summer, bringing your witchy imaginations and your power, your witchy power to the circle, to the other women, having a celebration of women. And strange companions in stranger places. Hell yeah, get together with those witches. Get all your oddball friends together. Come on. Let's jump into our ritual garb, cosplay full-on witches, and get together with our strange companions and have a great time. So in this, look at all the animals, and this is the Alice with the eat me. And then we've got Snow White with poison apples over here. That's hilarious. But look at this. Look at the red and the blue and the blue and the red. Look at these, you guys. And then I'm looking at the blue and the red here too. Okay, so fire and water, Aries. This week is about fire and water. It's about using your creative fire. And it's also about that sensitivity and your psychic ability. That's circle energy, raising energy, being psychically attuned and open, and you raise the energy and make the spell work. And if you've got a challenge to face, it is magic time for you this week, Aries. Abso-fucking-lutely. Oh my God. Next Wednesday is full moon on the 26th. So as you're working up to that, Aries, just really get your imagination working. Invite some of your fully vaxxed witchy friends over and have yourself a hell of a good time getting through your challenges. This is just gorgeous. I love it when stuff like that happens. Okay, if it's a good time to move. All right, Rose. Go check out Suspicious Observers channel, and then think about maybe if you really do want to live near the beach. There's a lot. I might have to do a separate video on what I'm learning from that channel, because it's stunning and it's terrifying. We won't bring it up right now. Okay, Rose. I want 3 cards for Rose. Is it time to move? Is it a good time to move? Is it a good time for Rose to move? Tell me, is it a good time? Okay. There's 2. right. Well, we've got the Lord here, and we've got balance and practicality. I mean, he comes out, if we're looking for kind of a yes or no, we can pull Socrates into this too. I think that would be fun. The Lord in the middle says it's your decision. The Two of Pentacles about balance says, you know, check your resources. Do those support what you wanted, you know, the decision that you want to make or not? Knight of Pentacles, there's the knight that doesn't move, practicality. So, all right, I'm going to do what I've been doing lately, which is we do 3, and then we do 2, and then we do 1. Okay, so we kind of put these separate like this, and then I look at the cards that bridge between them. All right. Herfest. Okay. And then victory. All right, Queen of Cups. Pathfinder. 8 of Cups. Well, there is some movement at the end here with the 8 of Cups, and certainly with the 6 of Wands, there's movement. 6 of Wands is like movement forward. This one looks like going backwards, and it's talking about kind of walking away from. But, all right, give me just a second here. So, the decision is up to you, is what the Lord says. You need to make sure your finances will support the decision. But Herfest coming up here says, listen to your intuition. You know what's right or not. Are you feeling the pull? You know, the thing big thing you need to consider is Mercury retro. It turns on May 31st until June 22nd. So as long as we're not making decision, well, make a decision, that doesn't matter. But as long as you're not signing contracts, purchasing a big ticket item, you know, something like that between the 31st and the 22nd, I would make sure you avoid that mess. But other than that, it says, you know, if you're feeling that pull, I mean, honey, it's your life, it's your decision. So I'd say the good time to do something is when you can afford it and you really want to do it. So between the decision and the practicality of it, we've got victory. There you go. You make the decision. Is it practical? Hell yes. 6 of Wands says you move forward. And the Pathfinder says this is a new adventure. It's a new path. And also an opportunity to leave behind some old, stale emotional stuff is what Pathfinder is talking about. That's 8 of Cups. So she's saying it's, yeah, I think, all right, hold on. Again, Herfest and Victory are saying rely on your intuition. Rely on the positivity that you feel, that yes, it's time to make a move, that internal impetus of yes, it's time for a change. And then Pathfinder says, now what you do is you open up and you tell your guides, show me, take me there. This is my intention. Take me there now. Because when you make the decision, that's when the energies shift. All right, when you're just kind of mulling it over, and I wonder, and I'll look for a place and everything, and the universe is going, you're not serious. You know, why would we give you the perfect place when you're not ready to jump on it? So the thing is, you get your resources in place, you get it practically planned out, you make the decision, and then you call in your helpers, and they help you find the path forward. That's what I got for you, Rose. Anybody else? It's only 1/4 after. I'm willing to go for like another 15 minutes if somebody else has a question. Have you guys watched the video for the super awesome future fortune cards? I can't say it any other way. If you haven't watched it, I did several like current events readings at the end. And the one about, will Donald Trump go to prison, is fucking hilarious. I have no question that I'm asking for this. I'm just sort of, you're very welcome, Rose. I was just shuffling. I don't know what this is going to answer. We'll find out. We have control, Four of Pentacles, and a loyal guardian, a magical protector is there for you. And wow, why did the word control hit me so hard when I looked at that card? All right, here we go. As we move forward, we're making ourselves vulnerable. We are becoming vulnerable because we know that there's a huge chunk of the population that is not interested in wearing masks and not interested in getting vaccinated. So we are not entirely safe. So this can, pitch us into control mode. And it might not be, just the pandemic, any situation in your life where you're feeling unsafe and it drives you into control mode. It's time to reach out to your spirit guides. I see this all the time on the witchcraft pages that I'm on Facebook, and I'm not real active, communicating. I'm just reading what people are posting because it's a lot of young women. And actually, no, on the crone page too, a lot of older, experienced women. But it seems like when there's a challenge or a conflict with somebody, the first thing is, can I hex them? Can I curse them? I need to do a spell. I need to, and those things are a symptom of the illusion that we are under control, that we are in control of anything. So we really aren't. We really aren't in control of anything. And so the ground under our feet is really an illusion. At any moment, things could change. The only two things we know for sure, I've told you this before, everybody's going to die, nobody knows when. So when you come to grips with, I'm not really in control, then we have to ask, so what do I do instead? And you call in your guides and guardians, and this is my beef with everybody wanting to hex and do spell work, is because it's like I just want to control my discomfort. I want to control external circumstances. But, doing spell work on things out there is dicey. There's a lot of backlash that can happen. And the truth of it is, you don't have to work that hard, my witches. You don't. Just get your guides working for you. I am telling you, folks, this works. Ooh, there's a moth. God, I hope Pi doesn't see that. We'll have a disaster. He's fluttering around my ring light. So, you can really relax as a witch and a human being if you do the work to become familiar with your guides, to really establish a relationship with them. And if you do devotional work, this is the prayer rituals that I do on Saturday, those are devotional work. Because when you put yourself in the position of, and here's like basis of my philosophies here, of being a priestess, for me personally, I am here to celebrate the gods. I am here to be connected with them. I am here to do their work. I am here to bring goddess consciousness to me, to this planet, through me, the goddess looking out through my eyes to say, here's how I really want my world to be, and to work towards those ends. When I do my daily puja, when I do my daily prayers and give honor, I find that instead of working hard and doing spell work, all I really need to do is ask. I'm generating positive energy. I am generating it and just putting it out there to say, magic, do what you will. Anybody that needs this positive energy can have it. I'm working to raise the vibration for me, my household, and the planet. And the wonderful gift that comes from that is I don't have to work hard for the things that I need. I just need to ask. And I need to ask in all good faith, and in trust. And I need to trust my guides that they're going to do their job. And they do. So if you're not familiar with your guides, if you haven't done, work to get to know them, one of the things you can do is just take some notes, write down some things about, what experiences have you ever had in your life that you would consider an experience or an encounter with a guide. and remind yourself of those. Okay, here's what I remember. This was an experience when I was a kid. I had my name called. That this was the beginning of it for me, is I would have my name called and it would pull me out of a dream and nobody was there. So, the name was being called external. I hear it with my physical ears. Exactly, Rose. Learning how to ask for help means to remember to ask your guides too. But that's what they're there for. They are there to help you, to serve you, to help you move along in your spiritual evolution. And they are seriously invested in that. They are invested in your success. So when you are coming from a high vibration and you're coming from a high ethical standpoint, and you really are working to make things better across the board, they're there for you. And all you need to do is ask. So again, write down the stories, and see how, was that a guide? I wonder if that was a guide. Just weird things that happened when you were a kid, as you were, becoming an adult, in your adulthood, whatever. And ask yourself, was that a guide? And then you can do a meditation. And you should all be adept enough to just go into a place and do a nice little meditation, Go into a meditation, get yourself protected and quiet and calm, and then ask them, I am very interested in knowing you. I'd like to know your name. Set the rules. I don't want to be scared. I don't want to see you with my physical eyes, whatever your rules are. I don't mind seeing them with my physical eyes because I rarely do that. And I don't mind at all hearing them with my physical ears. I have a sense of where they are around me. I have one in each quarter. And that's how they kind of sorted themselves out. But start, moving in. And I had 2 main ones that I worked with at the beginning, and then 2 more showed up. And then, so throughout life, you gain them, but you have your core team that is always there with you. They've always been there with you. Just start doing that exploration and throwing things open to them. Like when you can't find your keys, somebody help me out here, and then stop looking for them. Go do something else and see what happens. Bring me my perfect parking space. See what happens. But you got to do it from a place of trust. It's a very special feeling. That place of open trust is a really special feeling. It's the opposite of this, the opposite of the feeling of control. It's like I can completely let it go because I am fully trusting. So you feel the success of it. Yeah, here comes my perfect parking space. I'm absolutely sure of it. And by God, there it is, So start working with your guides. I always say, I don't want to see you or be scared. Yeah, exactly. And they're not going to scare you. Here's a characteristic. They might startle you, but if there's an entity around that is scaring you, it is not one of your guides. Period. Full stop. It is not one of your guides. They will never make you feel fear. They might make you feel fear by alerting you to something out here that I need to be aware of. I'm heading into danger. You might feel fear about that. But fear about their presence, never. That is not what a guide does. So then that is one of the characteristics how you know it's a guide, is that feeling, of safety, and that they will, never make you feel fear of them. So, all righty. Well, that was an interesting message to come through here about how we just really don't have to do so much damn work to manifest our magic and create transformation and do the things that we do to change our lives. When we have lots and lots and lots of help, we just need to be aware of that help and in our faith and in our trust of that help. So I think I will grab Socrates just to let him throw his 2 cents in on your question there, Rose. Hold on. All right, Socrates. All right, Socrates. Rose wants to know if it's a good time to move to the beach. Is it a good time for Rose to move to the beach? Be true with me, please. Please, no snark.
You're in luck, asshole.
There you go, asshole. You're in luck. All right. Well, I love it when a plan comes together. And when you get a good answer, yeah, humans complicating the simple since forever. Absolutely. You're very welcome, Marcy. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Whether you checked in and said hi or whether you're just a lurker, you're just lurking in the background, you are absolutely welcome here. If you get something out of this, please consider dropping a donation. One of the links below. Nothing is too small. I send you blessings and appreciate everything that you send me. There's also a link to hook up on my Facebook page. Also to, my mind is going blank. My wish list, my Amazon wish list. If you want to keep the unboxings going, then think about sending me a gift deck and getting a personal reading for yourself from that deck on the unboxing video. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. This has been loads of fun. Yep, it was good to see you all. I look forward to seeing you every week. Possibly I'll have a video on Friday. I'm not sure. I don't know. If you notice, I'm not doing like the strict Monday, Friday unboxings anymore. It's just, when decks show up for me. But I got some oddballs. I got some really interesting ones. So, yes, I will be having a video and unboxing for you. Really cool deck called Madame Endora's fortune-telling cards. I think that's the name of them. But they're very, very cool. Anyway, you guys, I love ya. Thanks so much for being here. Blessed be. Oh, I clicked off before I said blessed be. All right. Ta-da.